Good afternoon from the National Service of the Liberia Broadcasting System and welcome to Newsline. 30 minutes news presentation about Liberia and the rest of our one world. Today is Tuesday, August 29, 2023. With this afternoon's presentation, my name is Titi Jibro. Top stories this afternoon. President George Weah wants citizens use dialogue as a means of settling dispute. Government
For the second time, we had issue. And the issue was, let's go to school. The roads are bad. I said to them, let us dialogue.
Government to provide solar lights to Pokpa citizens in Grand Cape Mount County. Police in Grand Bassa County launched manhunt for 21-year-old man who allegedly stabbed his friend to death. And away from Liberia, Niamey and Paris differences seem irreconcilable. Sports, news in French, and other developments are packaged. Edward Tamba first sets the pace with a bulletin of news.
B Mountain Mining Company has reassured Grand Cape Mount County citizens of its commitment to the implementation of the Mineral Development Agreement. The company's general manager, Riza Karimian, said the entity has so far improved the housing units of workers and constructed roads around its concession operations. Mr. Karimian also disclosed a 10% increment in workers' salary through the government's intervention. He made the remarks on Monday at a dedicatory ceremony of the modern TVET center built by the company in Kinjaw. Meanwhile, workers of the company have hailed the government for being sensitive to the plights of its people. The head of the BMC Workers Union, Samuel Roberts, noted that the CDC-led government or led administration has been instrumental in restoring the dignity of the workforce. Mr. Roberts said under the Weah administration, hundreds of workers have been permanently employed and given benefits, thus raising the living standards of the people. He, however, wants the company to live up to the Liberianization policy initiated by the government of Liberia. President George Weah wants citizens to use dialogue as a means of settling disputes and disenchantments. President Weah believes dialogue paves the way to a peaceful settlement of citizens' grievances. He said such channel of dispute settling has helped to maintain the country's peace and security. The Liberian leader was reacting to citizens' plead, especially workers of the B Mountain Company, Monday in Kinjaw, Grand Cape Mount County. President Weah promised the government's intervention in addressing the plights of Kinjaw citizens. Police in Grand Bassa County have launched a manhunt for a 21-year-old man identified as Junior Gay for allegedly stabbing his friend. Suspect Junior Gay reportedly stabbed his 17-year-old friend Jeremiah Kofa during a fistfight at an entertainment center in Buchanan. Eyewitnesses told our correspondent that the accused stabbed Kofa, the victim, several times in the stomach and chest. According to our correspondent, the victim was rushed to the government hospital in Buchanan, where he was pronounced dead on arrival. Citizens of Pokpa District, Grand Cape Mount County, have named bad roads and lack of electricity as some challenges confronting the area. CDC Representative Kennedy Bintu Masali also highlighted the construction of markets, vocational and youth centers as means of empowering citizens of the district. Ms. Masali said the absence of these basic social services have undermined development for the people over the years. She, however, appealed to President George Weah on behalf of the citizens to improve the living standards of Pokpa District citizens. Meanwhile, President George Weah has promised to provide 1,000 of solar lights to ensure the safety of the citizens. President Weah said the solar lights will also assist students with their home assignments at night and market women trade safely. He said this will improve lives of the ordinary people through trade, education, and other livelihood ventures. The Liberian leader, while lauding citizens of the area for supporting his administration, pleaded for a second-term mandate. And the National Port Authority says a first batch of staff at the entity is expected to travel to Morocco to be trained by port experts in marine operations shortly in that country. The travel opportunity followed President George Weah's recent negotiation with the Moroccan government through Tangier-made Port Authority for the transformation of Liberia's seaports. It is aimed at addressing logistical and technical constraints, including inadequate pilotage, improved infrastructure, and human resource development at the MPA. A release disclosed that President Weah negotiated and secured support for critical needs of the port on the margins of the 14th edition of the Medes International Forum. The release disclosed that the Moroccan government, through the Tangier Port Authority, is poised to provide technical assistance to the National Port Authority.
Edward Tama returns a little later with our foreign development. One of the top stories this afternoon, government to provide solar lights to Pokwa citizens in Grand Cape Mount County. To this story now, a 17-year-old man identified as Jeremiah Gofa has reportedly been stabbed to death by his friend Junior Gay. Junior Gay allegedly stabbed his friend several times in the stomach and chest, resulting to his death. But what transpired between the two was the question Melvin Stewart posed to ELBC Grand Bassa County correspondent